On a calm night in March 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur, heading for Beijing. On board were 239 souls, unaware that this would be their final journey. Just 40 minutes after takeoff, the plane vanished from radar screens, plunging the world into one of aviation's greatest mysteries. What happened to MH370? And why, after 10 years, do we still not have a definitive answer? It was just after midnight on March 8, 2014. The Boeing 777 was scheduled for a routine 6-hour flight to Beijing. As the passengers settled in, the plane ascended to 35,000 feet, cruising smoothly through the night sky. The mood on board was calm, with many passengers already drifting into sleep. At 1:19 a.m., as the plane approached the boundary between Malaysian and Vietnamese airspace, the pilot's last words were heard. "Good night, Malaysian 370. Moments later, the aircraft disappeared from civilian radar. What happened next remains one of the most baffling questions in aviation history. As hours passed and MH370 failed to contact Vietnamese airspace, panic set in. Controllers tried repeatedly to reach the flight, but there was only silence. By 7:30 a.m., with no sign of the plane arriving in Beijing, Malaysia Airlines declared a crisis. A massive search effort was launched, focusing initially on the South China Sea, where MH370 was last seen. But the more they searched, the more questions emerged. There was no wreckage, no signal, nothing. It was as if the plane had simply vanished into thin air. Then, a week after the disappearance, a startling revelation came to light. Military radar had detected an unidentified aircraft making a sharp U-turn back over Malaysia, flying westward toward the Strait of Malacca. This aircraft, later confirmed to be MH370, flew in a controlled manner, suggesting a deliberate act by someone in the cockpit. From this point, MH370 continued flying for hours without being tracked by civilian radar, raising disturbing questions. Was this a hijacking, a pilot suicide, or a meticulously planned disappearance? With the revelation of the plane's westward turn, the search shifted dramatically to the remote southern Indian Ocean, a vast, deep, and largely unexplored area. Using satellite data and a method called handshakes, investigators identified a possible flight path, creating a 7-arc search zone covering thousands of square kilometers. For over 3 years, search teams combed the depths of the Indian Ocean, deploying cutting-edge technology and spending over $160 million. But after covering 120,000 square kilometers, they found nothing. No wreckage, no black boxes, no answers. In the absence of definitive evidence, theories began to emerge. Some suggested a catastrophic mechanical failure, while others pointed to potential hijacking or sabotage. Meanwhile, amateur sleuths and aviation enthusiasts scoured satellite imagery, speculating everything from alien abduction to secret military operations. In 2021, an aviation engineer named Richard Godfrey proposed a new tracking method using radio wave disturbances, pinpointing a smaller search area. His findings reignited interest, suggesting that the plane glided to a controlled crash landing rather than a chaotic freefall. Despite the setbacks, there remains hope. In early 2024, Malaysia announced its openness to resuming the search if new, credible evidence emerges. Could the final resting place of MH370 be found in the next search, or will it remain one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries? MH370 wasn't just a plane, it was a tragic reminder of how, even in our modern connected world, things can still disappear. It challenged our understanding of aviation, technology, and the limits of human search efforts. And most importantly, it left 239 families in a state of eternal uncertainty. If you found this story compelling, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's keep discussing the untold stories that shape our world.